Okay. I'm Ben Witherington. I teach New Testament at Asbury Theological Seminary. Acts 5 is an interesting text. It's a narrative. And reading narrative text is always complex. Is this a text which suggests go and do likewise? Is this a text which suggests go and do otherwise? Is this a text about apostles behaving badly? Is this a text about apostles behaving appropriately? Well, those are the kind of questions you need to ask. What's really going on in the Ananias and Sappira text is a judgment scene. And it doesn't involve God at all. So, point number one, God's not an actor in this story. Point number two, there are several ways to read what happens. What happens is that Peter discloses their deception. Their sin is not withholding money. Their sin is lying to the Holy Spirit. That is, being deceptive about how much they have actually given to the apostles. So that's the problem. The question is, what happens when Peter unveils this, and there's this aha moment, and then there's this shock and awe thing that goes on? What happens next? Peter pronounces judgment on them. The question is this some sort of divine exousia or power that then zaps them and they fall down dead? Peter, the spirit-filled guy who has all this power? Or, as some interpreters would suggest, is this an example of people who, when they are found out in a crime or a horrible mistake, like panic and have a heart attack? Well, you could read the story either way. For my money, I think what we're being told here is, yes, they're being judged for their behavior. And it's not that God's being too hard on them. The truth of the matter is that they have been found out, their sin has been disclosed, and their reaction in an honor and shame culture is extreme. Their reaction is extreme. But see, what we need to understand, which is so much different from our cultural setting, is this. Public shaming of somebody is worse than death. In fact, it can even cause death in an honor and shame culture. And, look at the story of Judas Iscariot, who cannot live with the shame, so he goes out and hangs himself, right? In this particular case, these people are not merely outed, they're shamed. And because they're shamed, it is not a surprise that they have an extreme reaction, possibly even a heart attack. Either way, Peter knew this was coming and said, they're going to carry you out.